biggins.
You know, everybody's got their own opinion. And when it comes to hunting, there's not really a whole lot of middle of the road. We have people on our YouTube channel. They watch our footage, they watch the show, they watch these coyotes and bobcats being taken. They instantaneously jump to, well, you don't really have any reason to justify killing those animals. Well, just for the record, we don't owe anybody any justification for what we do. Somewhere along the line, our society has evolved this misguided assumption that we as hunters somehow owe them an explanation to justify what we do as hunters, as if we need their approval to live our lifestyle. And the problem I see with that is we don't answer to them. They don't answer to us, so why on God's green earth does any hunter of any sort feel obligated to answer to them? The last time I checked, answering for something insinuates you did something wrong. We've reached a point as hunters we need to wake the heck up and finally realize these people you're answering to are not on our side. There'll never be a middle ground. There is a reason that we're doing this, but I'm not going to use that reason to make you feel better about why we do it.
To try to justify it.
Yeah, they can kiss my ass. When are we going to realize the day has come it's us against them? These people want us gone, period. And it honestly burns my ass to watch other hunters try and justify their lifestyle to people that hate their guts. Guys, we don't owe them anything. And it'll be a cold day in hell before I sit idle by and not stand up for what I believe.
Better hunt the piss out of this place while we can.
We'll be back tomorrow.
So the next time an anti-hunting, gun-grabbing liberal looks at you for justification for what you do, you need to tell them to go pound sand, because no battle in the history of mankind has ever been won by negotiating with the enemy. And that's exactly what they are. They're the enemy of what you and I believe. If we as hunters don't stand our ground now and say enough is enough, not tomorrow, not next week, but right now, what's it going to be like for our grandchildren and their kids? Is going hunting with Dad going to be a thing of the past that they only get to talk about because we gave too much away? You really need to look down the road and think about it. It's a really sad thought, but that's exactly what they want. By giving them an explanation or an excuse or trying to justify it one way or the other, it basically insinuates that we need to justify it. The way I look at it is that's the moment that we empower those people. We help landowners. We kill coyotes and problem animals, pigs that are causing damage, coyotes that are killing calves and chickens and goats. But I'm not about to go and make those people feel like I've got to go and give that excuse just to be able to justify going out and enjoying my lifestyle. For those of you who still want to hang around for more truth, y'all better just get ready, because I'm fed up and about to call a duck a duck.
Ready, Gary? You on him? Huh? You might scoot up some. kill him.
You know, growing up, my dad used to tell me, son, trying to argue or reason with an idiot only makes you a bigger idiot. No matter how much you waste your breath, you'll never change their mind. And he was right. No matter how you try and explain who you are, some people have their mind made up what you do is wrong, and you'll never convince them otherwise. Here's reality. If one of them comes to me and says, well, why do you hunt and kill coyotes? Kind of like they're my superior just by the way they ask the question. And I respond by saying, well, of course it's because we're helping a landowner. No matter how you slice it, helping a landowner is noble, but it's still an excuse. What I actually just did is make two mistakes. My first mistake was giving someone I don't answer to in the first place a reason or excuse to justify my lifestyle, which in turn, if you really think about it, suggests I even care about what they think in the first place. You see, their mistake by even asking the question was somehow getting confused and assuming I did. My second mistake was giving them leverage to use against me or another hunter down the road. And here's how they'll do it. The next time they ask another hunter the same question, and that guy says, well, I just do it because I enjoy it, the next thing that hunter's going to hear from the enemy is unless you're doing it to help out a landowner, in other words, the excuse I messed up and gave them, you don't have the right to do it. Like it's even their call to make. And guess what? I'm the one to blame for giving them that excuse. That's the way they think. And the same thing goes for just about any excuse any hunter would give those types of people for why they hunt. Again, the last time I checked, we do not answer to them. Stop giving them leverage. You know, the big problem I see with too many people these days is they think everyone cares if they get offended over my lifestyle, then turn around and try and cram their lifestyle down my throat and expect me to accept it for who they are. Well, I'm here to officially let them all know this is who we are, and we don't give a rat's ass how much it offends them. Unfortunately for them, there's plenty other God-fearing normal people out there just like us that are frankly tired of all the BS we're getting shoveled daily. And just for the record, while we're at it, we still believe up is up and down is down. Fat meat is still in fat greasy, and God is still in control.
That's the world we're living in, man. It's stupid.
Things are changing. They feel like that just because they think one way, that everybody else should think that way. They have zero concept of anything that we do. People will watch a video that's got 50 kills in it in 2 minutes, and they think that we went out and we killed 50 animals in one night. And it's that some of those videos will span 4 years, 3 or 4 years time frame, you know? Like, let us live in peace and do our thing, and you guys just mind your own damn business. And
Let's go, Brandon.
yeah, let's go, Brandon.
This place was cleared out last year, and the landowner hasn't had a chance to burn all the brush piles. We usually always try and get away from anything the animal could possibly put between us and them, but we really didn't have a choice on this one. I still can't believe this coyote went around the front because our wind was blowing to about the middle of this pile. Had he gone around the backside, we probably would have never seen him again. Just remember, the more obstructions you stand or sit next to when calling with lights, the more stuff that could possibly get in the way of you killing a coyote.
That right there is why you don't put anything next to you when you're calling with lights.
Never sit under a tree or around brush if you can help it when hunting with lights. I don't care if it's even a full moon outside. That light is all the camo you need if you keep it on them.
We got really lucky on that one. Roar, roar. Hey, 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 hey. Woo. Kill him. We're about to have to shoot that one out of self-defense. Holy crap, dude, he was right there. That's like 20 feet, maybe? Huh?
Maybe.
I'm grabbing. Count it off, snap it off.
10 steps.
If you really think about it, the worst thing we can do as hunters is make excuses for who we are and what we do. The time has come to stand our ground, bind together as hunters, and never run other hunters down or put them in a position to have to defend themselves against idiots for something you said. And that most certainly includes excuses you made for why you kill. Killing is killing no matter how you slice it, no matter how you as a sportsman dress it up.
Good grief, man.
It's still killing.
It's been a long time since we've had to shoot one out of self-defense.
That sucker was not wanting to stop.
Holy crap.
I don't think there was nothing we could do to stop it.
Well, short of yelling at him or shooting at him, I don't know what else we would have done to get him to slow down. I know, I'm glad you didn't shoot the first time he stopped behind that little bush.
I could see him good behind that bush. I kept waiting on you to tell me to shoot. I didn't realize you couldn't see him.
I kind of felt like the assumption was that that bush was pretty much the green light. But I'm glad that you didn't shoot.
And please, for the love of God, the next virtue signaling hunter I hear trying to shame another hunter by saying never kill it unless you eat it, well, frankly, you need your butt whooped. In my opinion, preaching you should only have the right to kill if you plan to eat it is the single worst excuse any hunter could ever get caught using. Ever. Especially with an anti-hunter. As far as I'm concerned, you're a sellout to who you are, as well as other hunters for trying to appear more noble with your killing. And furthermore, have you ever actually ate a coyote?
It just frustrates the heck out of me when I see guys that they're like, if you're gonna kill something, you need to eat it. Well, first off, have you ever actually ate a coyote? First thing. And second thing is, that's the same thing as just trying to justify your lifestyle by saying that the reason that we get to do this, or the only reason that we can do it, is because we're helping a landowner. I'm not gonna use that one excuse just to be able to say, yes, that's the reason that we get to do this. You ever watch Family Guy?
No.
Never watched Family Guy?
I don't watch very much regular TV like that.
You know Peter, the big fat one that's on Family Guy?
I don't think so.
There was a show that they did that about every 5 minutes he'd be like, you know what really grinds my gears?
Are you trying to tell me that grinds your gears?
I tell you what grinds my gears. There's all them idiots that think they know everything about everything, but they really don't. That's what grinds my gears. You know, the really sad part about it is the trend of the nature of where things are headed. It's kind of scary if you think about it. And I feel like there's a point where hunters need to realize you're never gonna satisfy those people.
Right.
So at what point do you turn around and say, okay, back up the train, we pretty much need to stand our ground?
Oh, it needs to happen now.
Yeah, it needs to happen 5 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
The time we as hunters bind together to take a stand against uneducated nonsense is long overdue. The time for change is not when our rights as hunters are almost gone. The time is now.
There's 3 of them right there beneath that tree.
Are they on to us?
No, there's one that got up, but there's 2 of them still laying there.
I think we just ease out.
I think we're good. Yeah, those two are just laying there.
I'm gonna start handing you stuff.
Okay.
This was a place we kind of had a little suspicion we were about to lose. Unfortunately, the landowner got down in his health this past spring and sold off all of his cows, and from our experience, that's usually not a very good sign. He told me earlier it was pretty growed up in the pasture, so I figured we'd probably need the rig to do any good. And luckily, before we pulled in there, I told Ronnie he should probably ride up top just in case there was anybody already in the pasture. I really didn't want to bump any coyotes, and as it turned out, that was a good call. He actually spotted 3 of them laying on the edge of the pasture. One of them already had us made, but the other 2 were still just chilling out. I'm honestly surprised any of them stayed with as much racket as we made getting back there. And the moon was as bright as it gets, so I know they could see us. We just had to both move real slow and quiet and try to get set up before the gig was up. And the 2 that stayed were looking our way the entire time, and I was thinking it's gonna be a miracle if we pull this off, but we still had to try.
You ready?
Yep.
Hit your light on 3. 1, 2, 3. Them 2 right ones are coming, dude. Boy, we played that one right.
It worked perfect, man.
Holy cow.
Had Ronnie not been up top going in, we probably would have never even seen these coyotes. And we can also thank the rig for her extra height too for helping us get it done. There is no way we would have seen them coming had we been on foot. Some of it was waist high.
Good Lord, look how tall this stuff is, man.
Oh.
Used to look like a golf course. I think somewhere right in here.
He's right here.
Yeah.
That ain't no pup. No, I thought they were pups. The way they just kind of laid there.
We just seen about this much coyote.
Look over there.
Oh, I know it.
Yeah.
if we would have got to maybe right in here somewhere, we might have been able to get away with that on foot.
Yeah, but had one come from right there, though,
I know.
yeah, we'd been in
That's
trouble.
the only downside to hunting on the ground. That elevation up in that rack, I mean, it's a huge advantage.
Guys, I realize this show's been a little out of the norm, but if we don't start standing up for what we believe, who's going to win this fight? Is it going to be us or them? You should be proud of who you are and never compromise your lifestyle with an excuse. Excuses are the gateway to what none of us want.
Better hunt the piss out of this place while we can.
We'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow, then the next day after that. Awesome job, man. That's a big coyote. That's not a baby. I wish I had $1 for every time that one of those idiots told me that you shouldn't be doing that unless you eat it. It literally makes me want to fillet a coyote and like cook it and send it to those people. Just say, I'll stop coyote hunting when you eat that steak.